Hi, I'm back again. I'm going to be doing a striping tutorial. Not so much a tutorial because I'm sure all of you know how to do stripes, but I can honestly say I've never done like a full-on striping manicure myself, and I think it's going to be tedious and annoying, frustrating. I usually resort to freehanding because I don't like waiting for things to dry, trying to put on stickers. I'm not very patient when it comes to things like that, but I think the only way to have a really crisp looking striped manicure is with the assistance of the nail art. I keep calling it nail art ribbon, nail art tape, striping tape, ribbon, whatever. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a striping manicure with the use of this ribbon for guidelines. And my stripes are not going to be the same size. My stripes are going to be really thin, a little bit thicker, a medium, a thin, a medium. Just not, they're not going to be consistent in their width. I asked my husband to pick 3 colors that complement each other, not necessarily matchy-matchy. Like, I usually tend to do monochromatic or very matchy type colors, but I wanted 3 very different colors, and he picked these 3. I really like the combination. He would like this to be a little bit more yellow. It looks a little bit more yellow because the glitter is laying on the side here, but it really isn't as yellow as you'd like it. He was looking for a wheat color, and I'm surprised that I don't have one, to be honest. A wheat, a denim, and a burgundy, and I don't have a cream burgundy, but that'll do just fine. So I'm going to do some striping with these 3 complementary colors. I really think a manicure, as simple as stripes or as simple as dots, is made, or what do they say? Make or break. You either make or break it with your color combination. You can do something very generic and not so wowing, or just with the use of a few different colors that look good together, it can be an outstanding manicure. If you don't like this color combo, well, oh well, because I really do. So because this is the lighter color of the 3, I'm going to paint all of my nails this light color and then do the stripes by leaving a space and then doing painting of these. Does that make sense? So I'm going to paint my nails right now and I will be back. Oh, hi! This is China Glaze, Classic Camel. This is OPI, Ski Till We Drop, and OPI, Color to Diner 4. Hi guys, I have my nails painted with China Glaze Classic Camel. It's got little flecks of yellow glitter, kind of. You can see it. I'm going to try to figure out as I go a way to make stripes using these 2 colors. So I think I'm going to do 1 color at a time, do the stripes as many as I can in different widths with this color using the ribbon as guideline, and then wait for that to dry, and then come back and try and do more with the blue after the red dries. So I painted a top coat of Sage Vite on top of my Classic Camel, and that was only because I wanted to avoid the possibility of ripping up color when I did the nail art ribbon. Does that make sense? Because it's like a clear layer, and sage bead's really thick and it dries fast, and I feel like it's a protectant if I were to accidentally pull up color. So there goes one line. I can still use this as it's very long. And I'm gonna try not to rush it because I really want it to look nice. So, I've got different widths going on here. Hopefully I can get this to work out. Shoot. Shoot. There, I've got some stripes going on. I'm pretty satisfied with the location of those stripes. So I'm gonna do some striping on all of the nails, just the red. Then I'm gonna paint a layer of sage vite on top again, and then come back and do the blue stripes. No rhyme or reason to the placement or width of my stripes. I just want them all to be a little different. Okay, so after a lot of time, if you're patient, and quite a bit of ribbon, come back to me, okay? Okay, so this honestly has not taken as long as I thought it was going to take. Let me just show you guys something that I've learned in the process of doing this. This is a really handy idea. Whoever made that idea, that video I made a long time ago about the picture I saw on Instagram. Anyhow, with this, the first couple of times, let me see, I think I want a big one on the side. The first couple of times I did this, I would cut the ribbon pretty close to the edge, and then I would have a hard time grabbing it and peeling it off. So I leave some slack. That may be common sense to some, but it wasn't to me. It took trial and error for me to realize it would be easier if I had some slack to peel the sticker. Obviously the tape dispenser thing does not cut because I'm using my cuticle nippers. I want this one to be pretty fat. And do not wait for the polish to dry. It doesn't have to be an immediate peel off, but don't wait for it to dry to peel up the ribbon. Kind of have to remember how you wanted it in your brain, because you end up being confused as to what section you wanted to paint and what section you were trying to leave blank. So kind of take a mental photo of which gaps it is that you intend to paint. Paint that one. So I wanted this one. Can I zoom in here for you guys? Yeah, a little. And then don't press down on the brush too hard, because then the brush spreads and you end up getting outside of the line, which is a mistake I made a couple times. And this one also. I could have painted over that line. Oops, that is really close. Shoot. Dangerous. And then you just peel them up. You can grab tweezers to do it if you need to. Lines. The actual process of making the lines doesn't take too long if you're dexterous enough. What's going to take the longest for me is waiting for this to dry so that I can then clear coat it so that I can then paint the blue. I'm going to wait for these lines to dry, because if I try to paint clear coat over this right now, the lines will bleed. So I'm going to let this dry, go sit in the living room, probably have some ice water, and then I'm going to clear coat. And in your time, it'll be done in a jiffy. That was me trying to snap. And I will be back with the blue. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. So here I am finishing up with the blue. I've already done a couple stripes on my thumb, my index finger, and I decided to turn the camera on for the middle finger. To get the side, I pull back my skin there. Try really hard not to paint my skin. So I guess the trick for this is to paint the colors in lightest to darkest. Like this blue is covering up any of the red that I wanted covered, and obviously both the red and blue are darker than the tan. So whatever color is going to be easiest to paint over goes first, and then the more opaque, darker color comes last. Just makes it easier to paint that way. Oops, was I completely off? Sorry. You can grab it with your nippers, peel it off like that. And then when you go to cover up, because I want the blue to be right up next to the red, I have to set this on the red with just a little tiny bit of red showing, if that makes sense, just to make sure none of that tan comes through. So when I lay it down, that's why it's good for the last color you use to be the darkest, so that you can cover up that tiny bit. I did mess up. The red bled through a little, so I'm just gonna put a blue line right next to it. cover it. How close I am. Zoom out so you can see. That might seem like a lot of nail art ribbon, but if you saw my other video where I purchased all of this ribbon, you get like a lifetime supply for $1. There's no way in Sam Hill I'm ever going to be able to use this much ribbon, so I'm not being too frugal with it. I really like this. I really like this color combination. I'll have to thank my husband. Oh, and a lot of you in my other video, you were like, oh my gosh, you said husband? I got married in June. We've been together for a year and a half now. You can catch up on my life if you care about my life on my vlog channel. I don't speak too much about it here because I like to keep this strictly nails, because a lot of people subscribe to this channel just to see nail art. They don't really want to hear me babble about my life, you know? Though most of you do care to befriend me, which I think is very sweet. So thank you for caring about my life. But I talk about my husband and my job and everything else on my vlog channel mostly. I don't mean to keep you guys in the dark. I'm just trying to respect those that just want to see nail art. You know what I mean? I'm going to clear coat this after the blue dries, and then I'll take some pictures and upload this video, okay? 2 days in a row, how about that? I have to go work. I have to go stand watch at the gate tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'll be up at 3, maybe 2:45 if I want to have breakfast. So I have to take this off, and I'm really sad about that. I'm contemplating, because it's kind of cold here in San Diego right now, to just wear gloves. And maybe nobody will notice that I have my nails painted in uniform. Wouldn't that be something? I love it! Talk to you guys later. Hopefully sooner rather than later.